All right. Hello, everybody. I am super excited. I'm here with my client, Sarah, who just graduated Fitset one-on-one program. She's an instructor at ASU and has just completely crushed her 12-week program in Fitset. So I just wanted to interview her and ask her a couple questions to give you guys an idea about what the Fitset one-on-one program is like, especially because you're my first one-on-one client I'm interviewing. So I'm super excited.
Great, cool. Happy to support you, Jess. It was great. It was a great experience.
Thank you. So why did you join Fitset? What was the thing that made you kind of contemplate joining, and why was the reason that you wanted to make some changes?
I think there were kind of two main reasons why I joined. One, I've always enjoyed fitness and really wanted to get back to that. But I think, and I had a baby and the pandemic, and there was reasons why I just was ready to make a fitness change. But I think the number one reason that I joined, in addition to that, was simply just your format. It really spoke to me as a busy mom who works full time. And the one-on-one program was phenomenal because you and I would meet every week and I would say, well, this week's going to be chaos. And you'd be like, okay, let's taper your workouts. You can do quick 30-minute workouts at the end of the day. Or, okay, this week's a little easier. I'll give you some longer workouts for you to do in the morning. So the format really spoke to me and really worked with my schedule and what I needed. So yeah, that's what I would think was the biggest reason I went forward with working with you, Jess.
I love it. I love it. I know when you were doing your consult, you were a little hesitant. You were like, right? Like and everybody is. It's a scary thing to invest in yourself, and like it's a scary thing because you don't know, right? So what was something you enjoyed about the program? Like, was it worth it? Like, I know.
Oh, it was hands down worth it. What I enjoyed about, well, besides the workouts, I really enjoyed my one-on-one experience with you. So we got to meet every week. It was very tailored. You got to look exactly at what I was doing, what I wasn't doing some weeks, and held me accountable for what I was doing. So I think that's what I liked the most, was just the personal attention and the personal care that you kind of took with working with me. And like I said before, just you were able to adapt to what I needed. And yeah, I was a little hesitant at first. And
Everybody is. Scary, right?
You want to make it a good experience, right? You want this to be successful. And for me, time was like a huge worry. Like, am I going to have time for this? And we worked through it together and we figured it out and we were flexible.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is like I target busy women on purpose because I think a lot of women who are moms and who have full-time jobs and like all the dynamics and pieces of life, it's like, how do you fit that in for you? How do you fit workouts and nutrition in for yourself, right? Like, it's so important to take care of yourself while being a mom and having your job, and you can't do all those things if you're not taking care of yourself, right?
No. And you really taught me that I don't need to go to the gym for an hour and a half to have an impact, right? Like, you taught me, hey, a 30-minute quick workout at the end of the day at 8 o'clock. If that's what you got today, that's what you got. And that's phenomenal. And you used to always pump me up to that I don't need to go. I don't need to, spend an hour and a half going to the gym. Like, if I got 30 minutes, let's do that, because that's just as good.
Yep. Because the nutrition, right? Like, that's the main thing. The results from the nutrition. And I was going to say, Sarah dropped in 12 weeks. Was it 20? Was it officially 20? Because
it was officially 20 pounds.
Officially, yes. 20 pounds.
Almost like, to the pound, 20 pounds.
Yes. And then over 10 inches. I'm sure it's even more than that now. So, I mean, what was the most surprising thing you learned? Like that's incredible progress. So why that happened?
Like you said, you can't out exercise. You used to always say this, you can't out exercise a bad diet. And I think that was the most impactful thing I learned, is how to appropriately track and understand what I'm eating. And I loved on our one-on-ones too, I love this approach, Jess, because you were always like, well, are you hungry? Like, you can have more, like, you don't need to, like, I had to like take this mindset out of myself that I needed to be starving in order to be successful.
Yeah.
Like it's
Eating more food every week. I'm like, eat more, and you would drop more, right?
oh yeah.
I'm like,
Like
please eat your food.
I would eat and like I was perfectly satiated, and I would have dinner out with my friends, or I would have dinner out with my husband, or we would sometimes order pizza. Like, and you taught me how to really eat effectively and eat smartly to really meet my goals.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Yeah, you even took like a trip. You had birthday, like a crazy
Oh,
birthday week, your son's birthday, your birthday, like, and some of
mhm.
that even like your progress just continued on throughout the program. It wasn't even delayed or, it was just consistent the entire time because of your overall habits were consistent, right?
And I know you talk a lot about how you want to coach people who are going to take this with them, right? You coach the easy steps to change and to see progress and to see consistent progress. And I think that really stuck with me too, is just understanding these little smart tweaks that you would tell me to do. Like through evaluation, I knew that I would get to 12:30 and I'm like, I haven't had anything to eat but 2 coffees.
Yeah.
Maybe I should change that. So I'll always now grab just a banana or an apple or something to take with me that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I also was able to evaluate that, guess what? If I don't eat till noon, now I'm starving.
Mhm.
And that takeout window is a whole lot easier, right?
Yeah.
But no, if you really gave me excellent tools on what to eat, when to eat, to really be successful long term.
Perfect. That's my ultimate goal. So do you feel like what we've done is sustainable for you?
Oh, hands down, absolutely. I have staple meals, which is a huge thing that I eat like every morning, or I have staple lunches, staple dinners that I make for my family. So it's 100% sustainable. And I mean, I'm concentrating on the food because I feel like that's where you have the most impact, right?
Right? It's crazy.
But the workouts themselves too, I feel that that's sustainable as well. Like I've learned some HIIT workouts. Learned these easy 30-minute workouts. I've learned longer full body workouts. And we've had conversations about what should be in my workouts.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important too.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to hear, Sarah. I'm seriously just like, you're taking
Well,
it with you for life, and you're the best student, right? Like you teach, and like it's the best to have a good student who just can like take all the information and run with it. And I know you're going to continue crushing all your goals because you're everything's consistent.
I sure hope. And it's thanks to you
Oh,
that I have the groundwork, right? I have this
that
basic
sounds great.
understanding to move forward. And that's thanks to you, Jess, and your program. Thank you.
Thank you for being a good student. And my last question, really quickly, is what
Yeah.
would you say to anybody who's contemplating joining, but they're a little fearful or just a little hesitant? What would you say they should do?
I would say, I would say, and you sometimes post this stuff on Facebook, and it was fairly inspiring to me. You know, we do so many other little things, eating out, well, now we don't go to the movies, but, eating out or paying for Netflix or doing all these other things that add up to what you're providing. And this is getting you a whole lot more substance. So for those who are worried, I would say it's definitely worth the money. You'll get a lot out of it, and it's going to be sustainable long term, the things you learn. Yeah, so I think that's kind of what I would encourage somebody. Oh, and then of course, which I've mentioned already, you work so well with your clients, right? So as a busy mom, as someone who works, who sometimes can't get into the gym all the time, at least you're giving me the tools to still be successful within my world, right? So I
All
think
that.
that too, really, you work with your clients, you figure it out together, and you lift them up, even if they miss charting their meals or miss a workout. You're
It's
like,
not going to be perfect,
okay,
though, right? It's not going to be perfect.
right,
There's
yep.
no such thing as perfection, and that's our type A
Oh, yep.
expectations.
I am that. That's for sure. Unfortunately.
We all are. It's a busy mom, type A, control freaks, and it's And it's cool to see like the shift in the mindset, right? Like it's worth it and it's
Very.
possible. So thank you so much, Sarah. I'm so excited for you, and I
Of
just
course.
appreciate everything. And I hope for those of you watching this that this was helpful. If you've been contemplating Fitset, feel free to reach out, DM me, check out my website, and hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Please join. It's worth it.